The road has been long and arduous, but champions will be crowned here tonight at Strong Gate. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is blood, gold, and glory, with all three championships on the line tonight in the finals of their respective tournaments. We start off tonight with the Women's Queen Crown Championship match between Asuka and Deonna Purrazzo, followed by the Iron Fist Tournament Championship match between Daniel Garcia and Buddy Matthews. We then move on to our third match of the night. Chris Hero issuing an open challenge to anyone who's willing to go toe-to-toe with the Knockout Artist. Our co-main event of the night, a grudge match, the final bell. It will be Gabe Kidd versus Eddie Kingston 3 to decide who will be the Mad King. And finally, main event of the night, King's Crown Championship on the line. The best bout machine, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada, looking to etch another chapter in their long storied history, as only one will become the King's Crown Champion here tonight. But without further ado, let's just jump right into that first match, Asuka and Deonna. And we start off tonight's festivities with the first match of the night. It'll be Asuka and Deonna Purrazzo taking on one another for the SPW Queen's Crown Championship. The tournament has been long and arduous, hard-hitting, and will-testing. But now these two will face off for the title here tonight. Who is going to walk out of here as champion? We already have Empress Asuka in the ring. Now, Deonna Purrazzo looking ready and able to perhaps become the inaugural Queen's Crown Champion. After defeating a lot of heavy hitters in this tournament, these two will now collide right here and now. Asuka already exploding off with the offense here, doing everything in her power to shut down Deonna. She's watched the tapes. She knows she's a submission specialist, but so is Asuka. I think Deonna has proven time and time again in this tournament that she can go up against some of the best strikers that this division has to offer. So this is going to be one of her biggest tests. If she can defeat Asuka here tonight, that will definitely cement her legacy as one of the best women's wrestlers in the business today. And if you're being Asuka, the plan here to shut her down whenever you can. She has shown herself to be a formidable fighter against Mayu Watanabe, against Toni Storm, but I don't think she's faced anyone on the caliber of Asuka. And look at this, immediately going for that ankle, going for the limbs, and there is that cocky laugh again. She's been showcasing a more arrogant, more dominant side in this tournament, really just kind of showcasing what a lot of people may have said that she has lost, and that is that fighting spirit and that cocky attitude that she seems to have gotten back since being in this tournament. I mean, she has taken on a lot of formidable foes. Julia, for one of them, they just had a banger matchup last week, and now they are back here again. Asuka looking to become inaugural champion. And that's a smart move by Deonna Purrazzo, immediately attacking the arm, trying to weaken the arms whenever she decides to lock in that Asuka lock. And now the strikes are beginning to fly. The first test of wills here as Deonna Purrazzo is going up against one of the best strikers in the game, going for that leg constantly, toppling Deonna just enough, and now she's back on the offense. Deonna attacking the neck, wrenching the neck of Asuka, now going to the arms again, just going back and forth, keeping Asuka on her toes, trying to mix her up here. Big forearm there to knock her down, and immediately just getting onto the arm. And there's the strategy coming into play by Deonna. It's attack the arms, and she's continuing to do so in efficient fashion. Now into the corner. Asuka, though, with the turnaround and a big boot into the corner. We've seen that move before in the previous matches she's had. Asuka kicks out. And again, just repeatedly attacking the arm. Such a smart move there by Deonna. Of course, attacking the arm means weaker strikes, but also it means that whenever she locks in that Asuka lock, it's going to hinder her just a little bit. She's not going to have as much grip. She's not going to have as much pull as she would with a fully healthy arm. And that is exactly why Purrazzo is going after you. But that does not mean Asuka does not have a few more tricks up her sleeve. And she goes behind, and look at this, flipping around. Now locking in the guillotine. Rolling through, now attacking the arm. And there it goes again. That arm grip is not enough, but that kicks to the side. And Asuka with a vicious German suplex to Deonna Purrazzo. And she's going for the ride again, a second one. Deonna, however, back up to her feet, and she's going back to the arm. That is dedication to the craft right there. Just constantly attacking it no matter how much punishment that she's already been through. And now again, a German from that ankle pick. And there's the Asuka lock, locked in tight, but this time she's able to get to the rope just barely. And immediately goes right back to work. Deonna holding her own here. Wait a minute now. Pile driver onto the head of Asuka. She's gonna hook the leg, and it's almost lights out. And that's, oh no, Deonna again with a vicious pile driver to secure the win. No, another kick out, stiff backhand, and now the strikes are flying. I think Asuka's finally locked in here. She's already been doing really well in this match, but now I think after those two pile drivers, I think something may have awoken in Asuka yet again. We've seen that fire being lit as we speak. And now, another chokehold. I think this might be the Asuka lock. It doesn't look fully locked in, though. And a head scissors takedown by Deonna. Of course, you know, you put her through two pile drivers, you would think it would put her away, but the desperation beginning to kick in. Asuka, however, still remaining calm, still being stoic as ever. And look at these kicks to the abdomen. The chest. You can see the welts beginning to form. Both women now going strike for strike. And the kicks are coming up. You can see she's utilizing more of her kicks than her punches. And that's because of the work that Purrazzo has done. Roll up here, though. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. Nothing to it. Kick out again. And now the gourd buster. Could she be thinking of it? Yes, she is. She's got that vicious Fujiwara armbar locked in tightly. But Asuka escapes and is right into the Koji clutch. The submission technician is just doing her thing right now. Codebreaker to the face. Is that going to do it? Is that going to put her away? Wait a minute. Oh my God. Stiff kick to the jaw. She might be out cold. We might have a new champion. The Empress of Tomorrow has become the champion of today. She is your inaugural Queen's Crown champion. What a hellacious match. She put through a lot of punishment on that arm, but it was the kicks that put Deonna away, knocking her lights out and ending her dreams of becoming champion. Asuka, your champion here tonight to start off tonight's festivities. My God, what a match. And we are not done yet. We've only just begun, as our next match of the night is our inaugural Iron Fist Tournament Championship match. It is going to be the dominant Buddy Matthews taking on the scrappy underdog, Red Death, Daniel Garcia. And here comes the first man stepping into the ring here tonight to go one-on-one against Buddy Matthews for the Iron Fist Championship. It is the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia, and his journey through this tournament has been nothing short of an underdog story. He has put his body on the line in many matches, and this match will be no different as he takes on the most dominant man we have seen in this company so far, Buddy Matthews. He has defeated the likes of Katsuyori Shibata. He has defeated Zack Sabre Jr. The resume is very stacked for Buddy Matthews, and he is looking to be the dominant favorite in this matchup, but do not discredit Daniel Garcia. He has a fighting spirit like no one else, but he's going to have the fight of his life here tonight, as these two already coming to blows. Immediately working the arm. trying to weaken the arm for any possible strikes or grabs, and immediately putting the knee to the elbow, those joints. That's very important for someone like Daniel Garcia to weaken that part of the body. Again, going to work on the ground game. Perhaps maybe not the best idea, but I don't know what you can do against a guy like Buddy Matthews. He's been doing an incredible job in this tournament. He's been excelling in the ground game, the striking game, the grab game. Anything he can do is on par with some of the best in the business. And now back into that ground game again. We were just talking about this. He's been pretty dominant in the matches he's had in the ground game, even against the likes of Zack Sabre Jr., which is to say a lot. But I believe it is not because of that he's won the matches. I think it's because of his will to survive. I've seen Buddy Murphy do incredible feats in that ring, and it's strictly because of his desire to win matches. I think it rivals Daniel Garcia's drive. These two are very similar when it comes to that. And we're going to see those two ideologies, these two egos, collide here tonight. Daniel Garcia throwing Buddy Matthews out of the ring here, maybe to catch his breath for just a little bit before going back into the fold. Snapmare takedown, a kick to the body, and now locking in that ankle lock tightly on the leg. No rope breaks in this match, so he has to either escape or tap. And Buddy Matthews will take advantage of that. Now these two beginning to throw elbows in the middle of the ring here. What we like to see from the Strong Gate faithful. As they come to blows, they're still standing, but you can see that Buddy Matthews is pushing him back. But that does not stop Garcia from stomping a mud hole right in the middle of the ring. Off the ropes now, big knee to that midsection. Of course, the punishment that Garcia has had to go through in this tournament is nothing short of an absolute beatdown. He's had grueling matches against the likes of Ilya Dragunov last week, and that really took a toll on him physically. I don't think anyone has pushed him to an edge quite like him. He also had a match before that against Josh Alexander, which tested his grappling prowess. So we have seen him be tested in all sorts of ways in this tournament, with Buddy Matthews perhaps being that final hurdle that he must overcome, the mountain that must be climbed in order to reach the pinnacle of Strong Gate professional wrestling. Hooks the leg here, only a 0 count actually, not even a 1 count, as these two just get right back up to it. Big bicycle knee, and now hitting the jackhammer. 1 and only a 1 count from the Dragon Slayer. This championship means a lot to these two. It means that you're not just the best striker, you're not just the best grappler, you are the all-around perfect professional wrestler. And Buddy Matthews with a drop kick into the corner as well, hooking the, looks like the prison trap now, onto Daniel Garcia. No rope breaks again, he has to escape on his own. And again, these two seemingly not putting in a lot that puts them down just yet. Their fighting spirit beginning to shine through, as neither man has been able to really even get a 2 count in this match so far. Hooks him in. Red Cross out of nowhere. He's looking to put him away right now. And Buddy Matthews will kick out at 2.5. The match will continue. And now the triple neck breakers colliding here. He's going to pick him back up, maybe make some moves. Goes underneath, jackknife. 2, only a 2 count. And I think Buddy Matthews is starting to get a little more acclimated to the workings of Daniel Garcia's mind, as he's about to pick him up. And he's back up like it's nothing. Not again. Red Cross. 1, 2, and it's another 2.9. These two are going back and forth, leaving nothing to the wind, and there's a V-trigger right to the chin, and he picks him up, back suplex. Oh my gosh, the amount of punishment Daniel Garcia is going through right now is insurmountable. Taking knees, chops, power bombs, you name it, he's got it. But Daniel Garcia still up, still moving, still feeling the effects. Picks him up, pile driver. And not even a 1 count. Buddy Matthews! Best kept secret, the Murphy's Law. 2. No, only a 2.9. This is what it means to be an Iron Fist champion, to go above and beyond. to push your body to the absolute limits that it can take and still come out on top. And these two are absolutely going to war against one another tonight. Bicycle knee to the back of the head. And now the strikes are beginning to fly once more. The elbows from both men, trying to see who's going to stand down first. Big boots from both of them. And it's Garcia back up to his feet, goes behind. Jackknife hooks the legs. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Nothing yet. No ounce of quit in both men. The Iron Fist Championship on the line tonight. Again, Jackknife, this time closer to the ropes. 2, no. Again, another kick out by Buddy Matthews. Showing off the dominance, showing off the power. Big power bomb. Hooks the arms. Big knee. And another one for good measure. The double tap. Roll up. 1, 2, no. Oh man, these two are going at it. Daniel Garcia full out of steam. And now, the Red Death, the Dragon Tamer, locked in tightly, wrenching, and nothing. He escapes, but immediately gets back on the attack. This is the Daniel Garcia that we love to see. One who is just so aggressive, who just does not stop until his opponent is on the ground, laid to waste. German suplex. Buddy Matthews now, with some strikes of his own. He's going to try and back him up. Goes low for the legs. And now, there it is again. Hooks the leg. We might be seeing the first ever Iron Fist champion. No. And now he pulls him in. After the kick out, pile driver hooks the leg. 1, 2, no. What an incredible showcase from both men here. Gut check to the abdomen. Underneath, roll through, backslide. And there's the knee right to the skull. What's the elbow? Wait a minute, Dragon Tamer.
Give up.
Locked in tightly, but it's still not enough. Buddy Matthews kicking out of the Dragon Tamer for a second time. This has already been an intense matchup since the starting bell. An absolutely killer matchup between these two. Buddy Matthews now with a series of strikes. Roll through again. Big knee to the face. Into a back suplex, a vicious combination. And Garcia still, wait a minute. Dragon Tamer locked in again. Third time. Could be the charm. Could be seeing a new champion. No, Buddy again kicking out of the Dragon Tamer. And Garcia now lit with a fire inside. Buddy Matthews. Big ripcord knee. Signs of his mentor, Seth Rollins. And now the vicious combinations that we've seen in the past by the best kept secret. He's reading them like a book right now. Daniel Garcia not being really able to get a strike going. And now these two again, just throwing bows. Big kick, but Garcia back up. And a running Yakuza kick to the face. Referee already on the count here. Could we be seeing a knockout victory that would count toward a championship victory? But they're both a big bicycle knee. This could be Buddy Matthews' time. Hooks the leg again. Could this finally be the end? Garcia still in this. How in the hell are both men still able to stand after all of this punishment? The lengths that they have gone through in this match. Jackknife, could this do it? Again, another kick out. Throws him into the corner. Kicks him away. Trying to make something happen. Trying to make ends meet. Trying to find an opening. Both men going back to back. Back suplex in the center of the ring. Elbows flying. Both reversing each other right now. Wait a minute, Red Cross! No rope breaks. 2, 3. Daniel Garcia, in the fight of his life, has just become the inaugural Iron Fist champion. What a contest. What a hard-hitting battle. You have to give him props. What a showcase by the Dragon Slayer. Now, your champion. What an amazing showcase from both men. Props to both of them. What a way to crown our inaugural Iron Fist champion. I am absolutely speechless right now, stumbling over my own words. But let me compose myself a little bit as we move on to our third match of the night. Chris Hero coming out to lay out an open challenge to any willing competitor of the Stronggate division to see if he can avenge his loss from the first round of the Iron Fist tournament. And here he comes. Chris Hero coming out here tonight to issue that open challenge. We don't exactly know who he's going to be facing tonight, but he just wants anyone in the back that he wants to face off here to avenge that loss. He's been hungry for a fight ever since he lost to Ilya Dragunov. So let's see who we have. Oh my damn! The ruler, Obafemi, is here in Stronggate Professional Wrestling. He has answered the call to arms and will face Chris Hero here tonight in his first official match of Stronggate Professional Wrestling.
Fight!
Big hands to start off this matchup. I mean, oh my god. The size of these two are almost identical. Obafemi making his debut tonight in SPW and facing off against a seasoned veteran, Chris Hero. Unfortunately, he's gone 0-1 since coming here after losing to Ilya in that first round of the Iron Fist Championship tournament. And now, with the way this match is going now, I have a clue that maybe it might be 0-2 if he isn't careful. Big clothesline by Obafemi though, and he is just going off here. Absolutely dominating. Chris Hero having to throw him out of the ring for just a bit to catch his breath. I mean, a man like Oba, you have to stay on your toes. He's one of the most powerful wrestlers in the business, but you cannot talk about powerful wrestlers if you don't include Chris Hero on top of that list. And Obafemi just tanking a shoulder block from Chris Hero, hooking the leg, but it's only a 1 count. And though Chris Hero may have lost his match against Ilya, that does not mean it was a dominant victory. Chris Hero put everything on the line. He just could not last against the Tsar. But can he last against the ruler? That's what we're here to find out. And these guys going blow for blow, and again, Obafemi overpowering Chris Hero here. The ruler looking real strong tonight. Just absolutely aching for a battle. And look, it's even negating the Irish whip. He's able to get the shoulder block, and now he can start working the limbs.
Give up.
What do you do when you face off against a giant? You start to cut the legs down. You bring that giant to his knees. But how do you do that when you got a man like this with such explosive power? A man who seems to tank everything you throw at him. Tries to go for the bicycle kick. It's blocked. But again, scouting it. Goes for the pile driver. And now a submission being locked in on Oba.
5 minutes gone.
Wrenching the arms, wrenching the legs. He's just attacking everything. Big lefts by Obafemi. And again, a suplex. Just some quick grapples. You can see Chris Hero's playing it smart here. He's not going for a lot of overly powerful moves, but he's definitely going to hit him with some stiff strikes, because that's where all the power comes from. Bicycle boot. Roaring elbow, maybe. Oh, what a scout there. Even though he missed a roaring elbow, he still hits it. But, I mean, my God, the action is just too fast to call here, as Obafemi's immediately back up to his feet and throws Chris Hero onto the mat. And I think a smirk just began to grow on the face of Obafemi as he picks him up for the fall from grace on Chris Hero, but he kicks out. That took a lot of power out of Obafemi to pick up Chris Hero and drop him on his back like he did. But these two are still going at it. X-Plex. Chris Hero now on the offensive. Has the advantage. Roaring elbow is blocked. And look at the amount. Oh no. Cradle! Pile driver. Absolutely putting down Obafemi here. He's going to hook the leg. That's got to... You've got to be absolutely kidding me. What's that? The third pile driver he's had in this match. And he's just up like it's nothing. Obafemi now, wait a minute. And again, Chris Hero with another one. A cradle pile driver. 2. You might as well... No. No shot. Obafemi kicking out of another one. The amount of punishment that Obafemi's gone through in this match. I think Oba was thinking this was going to be an easy match, but against a man like Chris Hero, nothing's easy. He's picking him up though. Irish whip into the corner.
10 minutes gone.
And now trying to go for another suplex, but this time Oba overpowering Chris Hero, picking him back up on the roll through and throwing him back onto the mat. Moving him around like a rag doll. Obafemi with a impressive show of power here as he goes off the ropes. Full head of steam! What a lariat. And here we go. These two big hosses just throwing some blows at each other. Big roaring elbow. And he just answered back with a roaring elbow of his own. In the words of the great Hall of Famer Booker T, no water, no bread, just meat. And these two are just going at it. Big elbow. And again, going for the pile driver. This might be the 6-1 Obafemi just had. And he's back up to his feet this time. Didn't have enough time to pin him. And you have to understand that these two have already been going at it for quite a while now. And every time he gets an opportunity to pile drive him, Obafemi gets his head driven into the mat. And he's still up with an impressive show of strength. And now he's eyeing his prey as he links him with a huge lariat. Into the corner now. Both men kind of vying for position. No one's getting anything yet. And now the count begins.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Good Lord Almighty. This match continues. Chris Hero, though, slowly getting back up to his feet. Huge backbreaker into the corner. Hitting him with the European. But this time, Obafemi caught in the submission attempt by Chris Hero. He escapes, however. Big short arm lariat. And now looking to maybe put the final nail in the coffin here tonight. These two have already been through a lot. Big chops. And, oh my lord, not again. Big pile driver. The 7th one here, 2. And you have got to be joking. What do they feed this man? His neck must be made of titanium steel. Because there's no way in hell. He took 7 pile drivers and he's still walking. And now I'm getting Chris Hero up and he's tossing him like a sack of potatoes. And now going for the ride. Fall from grace by Obafemi. And the ruler has defeated the knockout artist. My word, I can't get over the fact that I've seen a man get dropped on his head 8-9 times tonight. And he got up like it's nothing. If this is the type of performance we can expect from the ruler here at SPW, I would say that anyone holding gold around their waist, they better clutch it tight, because Obafemi is coming for all of it. But now it is time to start our co-main event of the night, a match that I've been looking forward to since its announcement. Gabe Kidd and Eddie Kingston, 1-on-1 for possibly the 3rd and final time here tonight. And we're already at it. Eddie Kingston coming out to the ring. He's already got one up on Gabe Kidd from the last time they faced off. Gabe Kidd looking to secure a 2nd win. So is Eddie. This rivalry has been nothing short of physical, bloody, you name it. This has been an absolute war of attrition from both men. Both men seeking dominance against one another. The trash talking has come to a boiling point. It all started at the very first episode of Strong Gate Professional Wrestling when Gabe Kidd beat down Eddie Kingston, took the title of Mad King, and made Eddie Kingston bleed. Now, and look at this, directly middle fingers to the face of Eddie. And now these two will face off yet again to finally put an end to this grudge once and for all. And Eddie Kingston immediately beginning to go after him. Gabe Kidd has talked a lot of trash to Eddie. He still believes that he is the rightful king. And of course, Eddie Kingston is not going to take that lying down. The general manager of Strong Gate Professional Wrestling has come to me. He said that the winner of this match will go on to face the Iron Fist champion, Daniel Garcia, at the next Strong Gate event. So a lot is riding on this one. These two have shown off just how far they would go to beat the living shit out of each other. And that is a perfect showcase as to why these two should be running for that championship. A win here would determine the fate of their careers forever. And that's why it means so much to them, as they would want to beat the shit out of each other here tonight. I honestly can't tell who is going to come out on top. I mean, these two are going blow for blow right now and beating the hell out of each other in this match. But I did talk to Gabe Kidd before the match, and he did mention one thing. He already made Eddie Kingston bleed before. He's gonna do it again tonight. Eddie Kingston, though, reversing the suplex. Big reversal there by Eddie. He's gonna try and pick him back up here, and now they're gonna start throwing some strikes, as you do in a feud like this. The chops, the forearms, the welts beginning to form, the bruises beginning to shine on the face of Eddie Kingston. These two are not playing around anymore. They've already had to fight 2 times in the past. This is to settle their grudge, to finally bury what is left of their hatred for one another, and move on, because this is what it's all about. Big suplex there by Eddie Kingston, and he's going to just recline back into the middle of the ring. Gabe Kidd, however, going back at it. Big lariats from the Madman. And now locking in a vicious chin lock, wrenching the back as far as possible to try and make it as painful as possible. Hooks the leg, however, and there it is. And you can already see, we saw Eddie Kingston, he had a little bit of scarring from those last matches. Now the scar has been reopened yet again by Gabe Kidd, the blood beginning to pour, and Gabe now right back on it here. Picks him up, power bomb, connecting, 2, and we almost just saw a quick end to this match. That power bomb is deadly, but Gabe Kidd has already had to suffer that pain more than once, and another 1 count there. Eddie Kingston still looking pretty strong, and he's attacking that wound again. And the blood is beginning to pulse out of the forehead like a bloodthirsty shark. The Madman has begun to bite down on that wound consistently in this match. Perhaps to try and anger Eddie Kingston, maybe try to provoke him. I don't know, but it's definitely doing something. Uranagi's, half hatches, Suplex City in this bitch. Uraken to the face. Gabe Kidd down and out. This might be it. No. And he's back to biting that forehead again, opening up the wound even more, and he is not stopping. This brother's got vampire fangs. Look at the blood coming down the face of Kingston. Something demonic has just entered the mind of Gabe Kidd. He told me in an interview before this matchup that he was going to take a piece of Eddie with him. He said he was going to taste his flesh, and he was going to defeat him once and for all. And I think he's already got the first step. Oh no. Pile driver onto the head, and he's already back to it. Slap to the face. Oh my God. Look at the blood cascading down the face of Kingston. How is he even able to see? There's so much blood in his eyes, but I think he was seeing red beforehand. Uraken hooks the leg and not gonna do it. The rope break coming back into play. He's still going for that forehead wound. At this point, he's ripping into the skin. He's getting into the muscle now. This has been an absolutely brutal match. My apologies for not calling the match down to the moveset like I usually do, but this match has been nothing short of a physical one. You're looking at everything as it's happening, folks. Look at the blood. I can't get over the fact of how much blood he has bled in this match, and yet he's still up. Uraken hooks the leg. Is that going to put him away for good? No. Gabe's still in it. The crowd on their feet, though. This has been a very physical, very hard-hitting match. And now, what is Eddie thinking? Eddie! With a flying knee into a Uraken! Hooks the leg. Is that going to do it? And Gabe kicks out. You may not be able to see it, folks, but there is a lot of blood in that ring right now. The only reason you don't see it is because of the red all over the mat, but he has been bleeding all over. Oh, and here we go. Those machine gun chops of Eddie Kingston. And them welts have started to turn into big old bumps. Uraken again, puts him in, power bomb. 1, 2, not even a half of a 2 count. Barely a 2 count there, Gabe Kidd. How is he still standing? Oh, and he says you're gonna get some more. Absolute punishment. Machine gun chops are flying. Absolutely raking the chest of Gabe Kidd until he can't stand anymore. But again, Gabe Kidd escapes, and he's going to finish the job outside. No way. Throws him back in. He wants to pin him this time. And you can see right there on the floor that pool of blood, and that's just from a couple of seconds outside the ring. That's how much blood is coming out of the body of Eddie Kingston. At least a couple pints. He's bleeding like a stuck pig, and that's all thanks to that sick bastard in the ring, Gabe Kidd. And he's up, and he scouts it, and he hits him again. Shades of their previous matchup. Gabe Kidd has learned from his matches against Eddie Kingston, and I think he knows exactly how to beat him now. 1, 2, only a 2 count though. Eddie Kingston, he can barely walk. He's limping across the ring right now. The blood seeping into his eyes. I mean, how is he able to just see? I mean, you know it's burning his eyes. You know it's in his mouth. His senses are completely overloaded. How is he still functioning in this matchup? Gabe Kidd gets out of the way of the clothesline and hits him with a cradle pile driver into the mat. That's got to do it. End this match, please. Somehow, the Mad King,
20 minutes.
Still showing why he is known as the Mad King. A man who will go into the depths of hell to win a match, who would go into the deepest, darkest parts of his soul to obtain victory. And these two locked, entwined together forever, and now immediately going for the biting. And the crowd is definitely not a fan of that. Gabe Kidd with zero honor, just absolutely annihilating Eddie Kingston here tonight. But the fighting spirit that Eddie Kingston has had in his body for so long, due to his inspirations, his biggest inspirations, Misawa, to name one of them, to emulate that very same man and put everything on the line. Northern Lights bomb.
3, 4,
with his final ounce of strength, referee begins to count.
7, 8,
Who's gonna get up first?
9, 10.
And Eddie has fallen. Eddie is down and out. Gabe Kidd has survived the Mad King. But let it be known here, folks, Eddie was not pinned. Eddie was not submitted. He simply could not stand any longer, using any ounce of quit, all of his strength in that Northern Lights bomb, and he just could not get up to beat the count. The medical staff already outside here to bring Eddie Kingston to the back. And I just got word that he may be out for the foreseeable future. But as for Gabe Kidd's future, his is now locked in tandem with Daniel Garcia's newly crowned Iron Fist Championship, and he will face off against Garcia at the next Strong Gage show, so do not miss that. But folks, that is not the end of the show. We have one more match coming your way, and it is our inaugural King's Crown Championship match, Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada, a rematch that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The final match of the night. The King's Crown Championship on the line here between these two titans of the industry. Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada to be crowned the first ever King's Crown champion. These two fighting for a chance to make history, to have their name etched in the books as an inaugural champion. And a rivalry that is so deep in story and history will now collide here tonight once more. Kazuchika Okada defeating Kaito Kiyomiya in the first round, defeating Bryan Danielson in the second round, whereas Kenny Omega had to go through hell and high water, defeating Will Ospreay and Claudio Castagnoli.
Fight.
These two have had a lot of punishment throughout the tournament, taking on some very hard hitters in what would be called dream matches for some people. Now they're here, their bodies broken, their minds still intact, back at it again to go to war once more for glory and gold. Big slam there by Okada. Starting off the match here with a little back and forth. No one getting an edge over the other yet. Kenny in the lockup. He's going to throw him down into a collar lock here, working the neck. But again, escaping. There is no love lost between these two. Almost a sense of respect and a sense of arrogance from both men here. They have proven themselves time and time again why they are some of the best wrestlers in the industry today. And this is just another showing of who will come out on top. Kazuchika now with another snapmare. He's going to hit him with a stiff dropkick, but Kenny's already up to his feet. And you can already tell from the energy in this matchup so far, both men fired up for this. A chance to become champion. A first ever champion. The kind of prestige that comes along with it to be known as the first ever is enough to make any man want to win. We've already seen two big championship matches tonight. This one, I have to say, might be the biggest. Kenny Omega, however, working the arms, trying to get the Rainmaker at least a little bit weakened as we continue on here. DDT to the mat, but it's only a 1 count, no dice. Kenny and Kazuchika here still locking horns. No one really pulling out anything yet, but there's that big elbow to the back of the head. Kazuchika, however, throwing Kenny outside the ring. What's he thinking here? Already going up top with the high-risk maneuver. And Kazuchika now pulling out some of his deep bag of tricks as he goes for the Rainmaker right outside. Referee, however, still counting. And it looks like Kazuchika gets in first. And Kenny will make the count as well. Back into the corner. Kazuchika with the back elbow into another DDT. But he's not going to want to finish it yet. He knows how much punishment Kenny Omega can take. And you saw right there that he was going for the Rainmaker for a second time. Kenny scouts it. Now they're going to start striking. Off the ropes, kitchen sink to the abdomen. And you can see here, maybe it's a show of desperation, maybe it's a show of arrogance, as Kazuchika has already tried to land 2 Rainmakers on Kenny right off rip. Just goes to show you how much of a threat Kenny Omega can be if put in a circumstance like this. Stiff forearm strikes there by Kenny. Goes behind. Big back suplex. And into another suplex there. Working the back. Trying his best to wear down Okada. Some may say he is a marathon man. Has a great endurance in the ring. Great stamina. He is definitely meant to be built for long matches. So to have Kenny already start targeting that back is definitely going to help him in the long run. Let's see how far it's going to take him. Gets out of the way. Scouts the Hurricane Rana into a power bomb. Only a 2 count. But still closer than the 1 count, if I have to say so myself here. Still back and forth though. Big strikes coming from Okada now. And you can see that's how Kazuchika works. He's always targeting that neck and head. He did that a lot in his previous matches. He knows Kenny Omega has went through a lot of pain throughout this tournament in that neck and back area, and he's going to look to finish him off here. Sit down, Michinoku driver.
7, 8, 9,
And into the money clip, but he's still not going to do anything. And now a huge rude bomb. He's going to jump back into the ring, maybe try to count out Kenny now.
17.
And I like what we were talking about before here. Kazuchika is going for a lot of quick finishes, trying to tap him out, trying to hit the Rainmaker, trying to put away Kenny Omega. Kenny, though, not enough. Oh, wait, Kazuchika, however, with the vicious Tombstone Pile Driver. We've seen this before. Here it comes, the Rainmaker to the face, but luckily, Kenny Omega survives with the rope break, and that might have been his only saving grace. V-trigger, Kenny to the top, Phoenix Splash. And now Kenny pulling out all the stops here, going behind again. And attacking that leg. The leg that Kaito Kiyomiya was targeting just a few weeks ago in their matchup. And you know Kazuchika Okada definitely has that bandaged up as best as he can. Because of all that punishment he had in that match. Went through an absolute war with him. And Kenny sees the target. Goes for it. Oh, a good counter there. It looked like he was trying to go for another power bomb. It's no dice. Wait a minute. Rainmaker out of nowhere. Kazuchika Okada hooking the leg. Could this be the end of the match? And no, Kenny.
Asking.
Give up. Give
Asking.
up.
Asking.
Break.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I think they had to take the wind out of him absolutely here. Trying to go for another power bomb. Kazuchika with the counter, however. Targeting the back again with the drop kick. And there goes that veteran prowess from Kazuchika. He sees that he took that massive bump on the back, and he's going to start targeting it here. Enziguri to the back of the head, however. Now thinking maybe Tombstone. This time Kenny reversing it with a Tombstone of his own. And now the pieces begin to fall together. He needs to make something happen. Was he thinking the butterfly pile driver there, perhaps? Doesn't matter. Okada gets out of the way, and there's a big drop kick. And now both men, these two rivals, who've had so many years of history, now adding a new chapter in their long storied rivalry. Super kick from Kenny Omega. And that will put down the Rainmaker for just a moment. Another big chop to the body. Kazuchika, however, using his power to throw him out. What is he thinking? Okada looking ready to fly again as he goes over the top.
5, 6.
And you don't usually get to see that.
8.
A man like Okada's size jumping over the rope like that, but that just goes to show how bad he wants to win this match. But Kenny Omega as well, looking for a count of victory here. He's at 17-18, and he's going to make it before the 19. And now V-trigger as he's coming in. Dragon suplex into another one. We've seen this combination before. This is what got him through multiple rounds. V-trigger connecting. Could he be putting an end to Okada's run in this tournament? No. Okada getting back up to his feet. Landing some stiff strikes. And hits a Rainmaker for his troubles. Are we about to see Okada become the first ever King's Crown champion? No. Another 2.9. I swear to God that hand hit the mat, but we're still going. Somehow, some way, Kenny Omega has survived yet another Rainmaker. These two are still fighting it out here in the ring, leaving nothing to chance. And there's another Rainmaker by Okada. Hooks the leg again, and this time, no. Kenny survives yet again. It had to have been the work he's done on that arm previously that has been weakening the Rainmaker, because he has kicked out now 3 times since this match began. Back elbow. From the top, drop kick to the back of his head. And now, Kenny Omega, look at the strike. V-trigger. And this might be it, folks, because he's going for the ride. One winged angel. Oh, my God. Into the money clip. Could this be it? Is Kenny going to tap here? This is the move that's got him through this tournament, but it's not enough. Kazuchika Okada looking to go deeper into his arsenal. Or maybe even take even bigger risks than he's ever taken before. Off the top. And his head just bounced off the ramp there. German suplex on the floor. He hits a Rainmaker.
9, 10.
What is he doing? He could be going inside right now. That would be a definite count-out victory. But Okada, the history between these two, the hatred that they've had for each other, the respect maybe. He feels like now is the chance to put him away. Double V trigger. Kenny Omega with the double V's. And he kicks out at 2. He's fired up. I think he was maybe thinking Rainmaker. Misses the V trigger. Into the Frankensteiner. And now we've seen this before. Some vintage Kenny Omega. There's the Bulldog. And now these two are back at it again. This match has been non-stop since the opening bell. Not a single man giving an inch. Kenny Omega now back to it, just landing stiff strikes, and now the Uranagi. Is Kenny going to be the one to end this tournament as champion? Michinoku driver onto the ground. He's going to... Oh, no. Good scout there by Kenny, able to scout that attempt on the Rainmaker, giving him some extra time here. But from the get-up, he puts him down on his head with that knee. 2. Only a 2 count still. They are still going. Oh my God, did you see how he held the back of his head? That patella brain buster that he hit earlier. Short arm layer hit. Goes behind German. Oh, and again, great scout by Kenny. Now looking fired up. Rainmaker, no! Rainmaker V-trigger into the one-winged angel. Is this gonna do it? No! Kazuchika using every muscle in his body to perhaps put something away for that reserve on that kick out. V-trigger into another ripcord V-trigger into a Bulldog. Golly, I thought he was going to hit another V-trigger. If that's what you got to do to put the Rainmaker down, then so be it. And now, oh my God. Kenny now looking to fly. There it is. It fully connects on the outside. And now these two begin to brawl. There's a lariat from Okada.
5, 6,
Both men, though,
7,
struggling to get back up to their feet.
9,
Putting everything out here in the ring. Outside the ring.
13,
Referee now at 13. He just hit his head against that steel post. But he's back up. They get back in the ring. Kenny now working the body. Stiff elbow to the back. And here he goes in. Oh my God! Poison Rana! And he throws him out again.
1.
Kenny, what is he thinking?
3, 4.
These men have already been fighting for 30 minutes. There's no way off the top!
8, 9.
To have this much energy this late in the match just goes to show how bad they want this win.
15.
History will be made here tonight between these two. And look at that as he gets back in the ring. Ripcord V-trigger. Another V-trigger. Goes behind again. Roll through. V-trigger. Goes behind again. No way. Not another one. Another V-trigger. That's 4 V-triggers. And now the Kreutz Wrath. 1, 2. And it's just a 2 count. You've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. He just kicked out at 1. Kenny has kicked out at 1. Backslide for the championship. No. And now these two. I can't even keep up. The amount of things that are happening in this match is crazy. Big boot. Super kick. Into the corner now. We've seen this before. This put away some opponents back in their day. V-trigger into the ropes. And I think this might be good night for Okada. One-winged angel and Kenny Omega.
Goodbye and good night. Bang!
Kenny Omega is your first ever King's Crown champion. What a match from these two. What a show from these two. Incredible match. Another chapter in the books between Okada and Omega. And I know Okada's going to look for a rematch later down the line. But for now, it is Kenny Omega's night as he becomes the first ever King's Crown champion. Who will be first up to face Kenny in the next Strong Gate show? Only time will tell, folks. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.